What's up, guys? Freedom Instigator here, and today's episode we are going to talk about mental health and how it could be causing your thyroid issue. I talk about this a lot because it is so vital to our healing process. It's probably actually the number one thing to healing your thyroid disease. And that's what I'm here to talk about. My goal in life is to help women see that they have complete power and control over their own health. So let's dive right into your mental. If you don't believe that your emotional trauma and your mental stuff that you've been harboring in since childhood has to do with your disease, then I suggest you go and watch the other videos on YouTube, because I am not going to sugarcoat things. I do not coddle. I do not baby you. I'm here to tell you the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So let me just give you a little story about myself, okay? So I grew up with a rough childhood, like probably most of us did, right? Everybody has some problems in their childhood. I grew up in a very physically abusive home, abusive as well. And I took that with me into high school and into the college years and into relationships and my marriages and into friendships. Vomited all my emotional baggage onto a lot of other people that really didn't deserve it. And honestly, I vomited all that crap onto my own self, which had nothing to do with me, and all the abuse that I faced in childhood really had nothing to do with me. It actually was a them problem, and I just happened to be a bystander of somebody else's issues that they were dealing with. But I decided, right, like we all do, that no, this is my stuff and I'm gonna carry this, because being a victim sometimes is comfortable. Being a victim sometimes it gets you attention, right? It makes people coddle you, it makes people baby you more. And that was one of my problems, is I loved the attention that I got from my parents or my dad or my grandma, my step parents. You know, I got attention from men, I got attention from friends, because of this victim mentality that I would like vomit on everybody when I would even just first meet them. And you know what that did? It obviously ruined a lot of relationships, but it also manifested this disease. My own emotional baggage literally triggered hypothyroidism, you guys. And I see it all the time. And a lot of people, especially women, we don't want to admit that it's our fault that we have this disease. We don't want to admit that we liked being a victim, or we like being a victim. Who admits that? That's not accepted in society, right? Nobody's going to admit that. But once you do admit that, and once you look in the mirror and see that you are victimizing yourself, that's when true healing begins. That right there is when, like, it's like AA, right? The first step in the 12-step program is admitting you have a problem, because without admitting you have a problem, you cannot fix it. It's impossible to fix, right? So even though I did all this research, and even though I changed my food habits, and even though I changed my exercise habits, even though I changed all these things, which it really, really helped, and that's a huge part of it. But even though I did all those things, I wasn't healing, and I didn't understand why. I wasn't losing the weight. I didn't understand why. Because every doctor that I've been to was like, oh, take this med, or oh, do this diet, or oh, you know, exercise more, or oh, this. But those are, yes, those are great, and they're very vital to healing. However, the number one most important thing is dealing with your emotional shit and realizing that, hey, maybe I'm kind of coddling myself and allowing others to coddle me because I'm portraying this bullshit, this limiting belief that, you know, what my doctor said is true. I've been given this disease, right? I've been given a label, and now I have to take meds for the rest of my life. Oh, poor me. Oh my God, give me attention, I'm sick. Right? It's just like when we get a cold, we want to be babied, right? We get the flu, we want to be babied. I mean, men are a little more babied than women are, but it's the same thing, right? We blame, you know, our, oh my God, I'm this, or oh, this hurts, or oh, that hurts, or oh, I'm so tired, oh, I can't lose weight. I did the same thing, you guys. Like, I literally did this all that I'm saying. So don't think that I'm judging you or telling you what to do. I would never do that if I hadn't been through it myself and really understood what I'm saying, okay? So don't think that I'm, coming down on you or anything, but really some women we need to hear this. And honestly, I used to be in these hypothyroid groups that were like, 40,000 members and stuff like that. And majority of women, when I would post, I'd be like, this was a few years ago, I'd post and I'd be like, has anybody healed this naturally? Has anybody gotten through it? Has anybody been able to get off meds? And most, if not all, the comments were like, nope, you're just with this for life. Nope. The amount of negative comments that I got back was disgusting. And it was the amount of victim mentality that would comment on Facebook or any of these groups, or even just women that I would talk to. The amount of this like victimness mentality was so disgusting. I was like, fuck this. I want nothing to do with that whole victim shit. I saw how disgusting it was, and I saw that I was also doing it myself, and I wanted nothing to do with that. So I decided to make a decision to stop victimizing myself. I started reading books. I started going to counseling. I started praying more. I started asking God to release me of this mentality. I asked him to empower me with education and knowledge and wisdom, to give me discernment, to talk to me and check me while, if I ever, get a thought and of being a victim or like, woe's me, shit, this bullshit, this cycle that I was in for so long. Like, you guys, this very well may be causing your thyroid problem. And you may not even want to look at it or hear it, but I'm here to tell you that most of the time, that's what the problem is. Once you can look in the mirror and say, okay, I have this disease, right? I'm dealing with a disease of any kind, whether it's even cancer or diabetes or anything. The first thing that we need to look at, instead of, being scared and living in fear, because that's what doctors and society does, is they want to do this fear thing so that you'll take all these meds and then you'll be in the system of this bullshit system, okay? But the first thing we need to be doing is looking in the mirror. That's what we need to be doing first, is looking in the freaking mirror and saying, how am I contributing? If I'm contributing, because, there might be a chance that, you're just born with this situation and it's not your fault, but you have the choice and you have the decision to make. Like, am I going to live in this even though these cards were dealt to me? Or am I going to make a shift and a change in my attitude and my mindset to make a difference in my life and in my healing journey, if that's what you want? If your goal is to just be like, well, I'm just gonna take a pill for the rest of my life and I'm okay with that, then swipe on through to the next video, because this is not for you. But if you really want to reverse this disease and you do not want to be on meds for the rest of your life and you just don't know what to do, like, I'm here for you. I understand. I was that person. I was like, I am not going to be on meds for the rest of my life. Like, fuck that. I'm not doing it. There has to be another way. Even though I didn't know that there was another way, I had no clue where to even start. I made a decision to allow wisdom in, to allow my mindset to change. And it was hard. I had to literally get into a habit of taking my thoughts captive. As soon as those thoughts start coming in, those woes me, or I'm not this, or I'm too fat, or this is just a pointless thing, or I can't do this anymore. When those thoughts come in, it's your responsibility to take action, to dismiss those, to replace it with a positive thought, to get into the habit of realizing, hey, that's a nasty thought and you are not welcome here. And literally talk to your thoughts. You're in control. You have all the power. So we have to look in the mirror and look at yourself and say, self, are you causing your disease? Is there something that you're doing that is manifesting it or allowing it to stay? That's the first step in the healing journey. So what I want you to do is I want you to go and write down all your symptoms. Write down every single symptom you have. I don't care if it has to do with hypothyroidism or something else. Whatever it is, depression, this, I cry all the time, or I'm bloated all the time, or I can't lose weight, or whatever it is, write down every single symptom. And go down the list of, hey, is there something that I'm doing to contribute to this? Is there something that I'm eating to contribute to this? Is there something that I'm not admitting that is contributing to this? And am I making everyone's life a little bit harder because of my disease? That's a tough one too. So I want you to write down every symptom and write down next to it, could it be, maybe not, but could it be, am I contributing to this symptom? Am I contributing somehow, some way to this symptom? And I'm telling you, that's the first step. Like, just take that leap. Just look in the mirror and look at yourself. Literally, do it. Like, physically look in the mirror and look at yourself and be like, self, are you doing this shit? Is it your fault? Because that's what I had to do. And let me tell you, I found a lot of stuff in there that I didn't want to face, and it was ugly, and I didn't want to look at it. But once I did, you guys, it was so much better for my life. Not just my life, but my husband's life, my family's life, my friends, like people around me. I was so much better to talk to. I could be a better friend. You guys can be a better mom or dad. You can be a better spouse or girlfriend or significant other or boyfriend or whatever. Like, you guys, look at yourself in the mirror and just see. If this video brought you any insight or anything good to your life, then please like it and share this video with other people who you think need it, or just share it. And subscribe to my channel or join my Facebook group on Facebook. It's called The Thyroid Booster. And I'll see you there, guys. And thank you for watching.